Hello and welcome back to Leiden University YouTube channel. My name is Claire Wolfe and I'm a Latin American Studies Master's student from London in the UK. I'm here to give you guys loads of advice, and today's video is about things to do in Leiden and The Hague. There's loads to do, so I'm only going to cover a few, okay? So let's start with things to do in Leiden. Number one. That is the Hauters Botanicas, which is the botanical garden in Leiden. It's actually part of the university. So students like us, me, you can go in there for free, which is absolutely great. And it's just really beautiful. It's really relaxing, great to hang out with friends. There's sort of a part of it that runs along the river. So at the weekends, on a nice day, it's just really, really nice to hang out there on top of all the species and all the different plants. Okay, number two is the farmers market. The farmers market happens every Wednesday and every Saturday in the centre of Leiden. And it's just a really nice afternoon out. There's loads of different stalls of like fresh meat, fresh fish, fruit and vegetables, and they'll sell like bowls full of fruit and veg for like €1 towards the end of the day, about 4 o'clock. So every week I'd go around that time and get my weekly fruit and veg for a super cheap price. And yeah, I'd highly recommend doing that if you're on a tight budget like I was. Okay, number three. Lots of restaurants and bars in Leiden have floating boats along the rivers, and you can just sit there with friends and have a coffee or a beer or a glass of wine. And I just really enjoyed doing that. Coming from the UK, I found that really special and really exciting. Obviously for you Dutch people, that's probably just like totally normal, but I definitely felt that that was something really special and something I really enjoyed doing. Okay, number four is De Valk Windmill. De Valk or De Valk, I'm not sure how to pronounce it, but it's a windmill in Leiden. That's just my really, really bad Dutch accent there. It's a windmill in Leiden from 1743, around that time, and it's like 29 metres high and it's still functioning, which is so cool. And it's a museum and you can go up all 7 floors and you have to climb up like a ladder. And yeah, it has beautiful views of Leiden, and it's just really interesting because the Netherlands, well, I found it pretty interesting. The Netherlands is full of windmills, and this one in Leiden is still functioning, and you can go inside and go to the top. Okay, moving on to The Hague. I actually regularly got the train into The Hague. It's super close by. It's like 12 minutes by train, and it's a really fun day out. So if you're in Leiden or you're in The Hague, there's loads to do there. Actually, possibly more than in Leiden, because The Hague is the 3rd largest city in the Netherlands, and it's home to the International Criminal Court, the government, the royal family. So it's basically a massive hub, not only politically, but also culturally. So number one, The Hague is absolutely full of museums, and that actually applies as well for Leiden. There's loads of museums across the whole of the Netherlands. My personal favourite in The Hague is the MC Escher Museum. MC Escher is the artist who does those like really spooky, cool optical illusions, and that is based in The Hague, which I'd really, really recommend going to. And also there's like a torture museum, a car museum, a 16th century art museum. There's absolutely tons, and there's definitely something for everyone. So if you actually love going to museums like I do, I'd actually really, really recommend getting yourself a museum card. So a museum card is approximately €65, and obviously that can change, so definitely look it up online. But it basically gives you access to over 400 museums across the Netherlands. I did find that museums in the Netherlands are actually quite expensive in comparison to the UK, so getting yourself one of these means that you can go as many times as you want for a whole year for only €65. Number two, in The Hague, you'll be happy to know that The Hague also has a farmers market. Same thing, fresh spices, fresh cheese, loads of things to go and try, fresh meat, fresh fish, loads of arts and crafts. It's just a really nice day out, so I definitely go and check that out too. Okay, number three is the Japanese garden located in the Klingendale estate. Again, I might have pronounced that not very well, but it's located between The Hague and Wassenaar, and it's a beautiful, beautiful Japanese garden. It's actually only open for a short amount of time, like 8 weeks of the year, because it's so fragile and it's so beautiful. And when all the blossom comes out, it's really, really worth going to see. And I'd definitely make that one of your priorities during your time in Leiden and The Hague. Number four is the beach. The beach is actually accessible from Leiden and The Hague, but the one in The Hague is about 2 kilometres from the city centre. You can get there by tram or you can even cycle, and it's absolutely beautiful. There's a pier, and you can also do surfboarding and paddleboarding there, which I thought was super, super cool. And in summer, it's just the nicest plan just to go to the beach with friends, take some beers, take some games, and just chill out and watch the sunset. And if you'd like to go to the beach, which is nearer Leiden, that's called Noordwijk, and it's like a 25 to 35 minute bus journey. So easy to get to from Leiden Central. And again, same thing, loads of beach clubs, just really nice to go with friends, take a picnic, take some drinks. So those were my top things to do in Leiden and The Hague. There is so much to do. Like, these are only a couple of the things, and maybe things that you wouldn't necessarily first jump to do, but these were things I just really, really enjoyed doing. Thanks again for watching today, and like I always say, please get in touch. Like, I'm here to help. Just send us a message and I'll try and help in any way that I can. Make sure you like and subscribe as well, and I'll be doing another video in the next 2 weeks. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all again soon.